Hello everyone, it's Ur. Today I will make you 5 times better engineer if you are interested in Fullstack Web Development. I think most of us using Next.js building full stack applications, but I find Next.js quite not enough for production ready real life SaaS applications. I will show you one of the reasons I built another separate backend server instead of having my all logic inside a Next.js app. Next.js is good for small scale applications, but I don't think it's suitable for medium to large scale applications. Without making introduction too long, let's go into the demo and I will show you very interesting thing. So right now, let's say you are building a web application that has posts from the user, like a social media app, and people can like the posts. Let's try to like the first post. It took 1 second initially, but if I like it again, the average is 200 ms. As long as I like, it will add a record into database, and that's all. And here is the function that we run when like button is clicked. So it's a server function that insert a record into likes table, and that's all. And it takes 200 milliseconds. If you have that kind of basic requirements, go on and use server actions. You are good to go. Let's say you have a more complex logic behind, or your client wants to have more complex logic, such as when user likes a post, we should send a notification to the post owner, like Ur liked your post. And then he also asked that we need to have some kind of analytics data. What is the number of likes has been made in one day? What is the like of this user, etc. This kind of stuff. And those are basic still, but even that case, it will create a huge performance decrease, and we will see in a bit. So let me like the second post, and it is almost 2 seconds. And if I keep going, like, the average is 600 ms, which is almost 2x of the basic requirements, right? Let's go into the function that we are actually calling. This is the function when we like the second post. All we need to do is insert a record into likes table. Also, and we are generating a notification, which all it does is creating a record in notifications table, and this create analytics creates a record in analytics table. So these are very basic insert operations into our database. But can you see that we are making user wait 400 ms more than the first post, just because we want to send a notification and keep an analytics. So it doesn't make any sense. That is a bad user experience. Let me now like the third post and we'll see what will happen. So the first request is made. It took 1 second, and if I keep liking this, we'll see that it again takes only 200 ms, but the logic is same as second. We are inserting a like into likes table, and we also create a notification and an analytics. So we gain 400 milliseconds by using a message broker. I use RabbitMQ, and I would like to show you a diagram that I draw. So this is the first one. When we click the first button, this happens. You see we have a Next.js app, we have a button component that calls a server action, which is like just a basic stuff, inserts a record into the data table, modify the database and go back to Next.js app, which took 200 milliseconds, which is a good user experience generally. But then if you need more complex logic, you want to do more things, because it happens in real life applications. So this is not an ideal case for production ready real life application, I believe. Inside this like function, you do more stuff, like complex stuff, inserting more records into data table or do some calculations, etc. This kind of stuff, which is the second function does. If I click this, you see it takes 600 milliseconds. All it does is inserting a record into likes table and analytics and notifications table as well. Even though those are basic as well, it affects the user experience, and which you shouldn't have this kind of experience. Instantly, it increases the response time your user gets. It was around 600 milliseconds. So very bad, very bad. You shouldn't do that. But then you, as an engineer, you need to solve this issue. How do we do that? You need to learn what is a message broker. Here it is, a message broker. So we have a Next.js app and a like button inside our server action. Instead of directly modifying the database, you send a request to your backend server. Actually, you can remove the server action here and directly send requests from your Next.js app to backend server. That's also possible. But if you want to protect your backend, you can use this kind of structure. It depends on your needs. Anyway, so in our case, I had a Next.js backend server and I love Next.js. I'm a fan of TypeScript and Next.js as well. And Next.js just make things easier for building full stack applications. So what does this backend server is modifying database. For example, insert record into likes table. But then it publish a message. Hey, a post is liked via Uber, right? So it publish a message into the message broker and it is called RabbitMQ. And we have also Kafka, but I don't want to go into that details. So RabbitMQ has some queues like analytics queue, notification queue. When your server publish message, it goes into the message broker and the message broker will move the message into a corresponding queue. Here, a post is liked, so both of them get the message like this. And if more users like a post, it will it's a queue, you know? And then as a final step, those messages will be consumed via another service. It's a microservice that subscribed to our message broker. In our case, it is RabbitMQ. All it does is when a message occurs in the queue, it will consume the message. You see, it has consumed and the other ones goes like this. And then the consumer modifies the database as well. Insert record into analytics. Analytics. And when it gets the message from notification queue, it will insert record into the notifications table. But all this part is done in the backend. It doesn't block your application or user experience. User experience is defined with this part. So you send a request to your backend and since it's a sync operation, user needs to wait this operation to be resolved, right? So, and it only takes to about 200 milliseconds in our cases. Yeah, that's the case. I hope this video was helpful to you. You need to learn more about RabbitMQ and Kafka. And if you rely on Next.js only and you want to be more improved developer, you need to learn this kind of stuff and you shouldn't focus on Next.js only. But if you are only a front-end engineer, feel free to use this and let backend developers take care of this kind of complex logic. And this is not a complex at all, by the way. So you can learn about it in just like 1 week. You need to learn about Next.js, then how you can use a message broker inside Next.js. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful to you. I'm currently building an app that I use this approach and I find it's a good topic to talk about, and I like this kind of topics rather than just writing the code. And in this video, I didn't even show you a code at all. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions or any recommendation for the next videos. Until then, take care. Goodbye.